This is my puppy Charles. He was born on Valentine's and will be 2 this next year. Well, this year. In a month. I've had Charles since he was about 5 or 6 months old. He's a smart little puppy and I'm so glad to have him. We've done a lot of stuff together, particularly training almost every day, so he knows a lot of tricks. But he's also really strong-willed, so that doesn't mean he always does everything you tell him to. He's not my first puppy. My first puppy died about 6 days before her first birthday. It was really sad. Somebody else was watching him and he got hit by a car. I said he, but it was a she. Her name was Sophie. Yeah, I mean, I was miserable for about a year until I finally got Charles. He's my bestie. Love Charlie. When I first got him, he already knew his name and everything, and I wasn't so sure at first that I liked the name, but it really suits him. I mean, it sounds like, it's a very strong name. It sounds like a guy's name, like maybe even an old man's or something, but I don't know. It's definitely his. Even though he's not old manish at all. Not that, I mean, Charles isn't necessarily an old man name. It just sounds like a much bigger name than he's a little guy. I don't know what I would rename him if I was going to. It was like maybe Prince Charming or something cheesy. I don't have a lot of guy names that I could even think about naming him otherwise. What kind of stuff can he do? Well, he has some fun tricks. Sit. Lay down. Good boy. I don't know if you can really see that in here. Let's go somewhere. He just wants to play. Come, Charlie. Good boy. Sit. Sit. Lay down. Good boy. Good boy. And he can fetch, but I always say go get it instead because I just don't like the word fetch. I also don't like the word heel. Hand it to me. The one thing about, like, the game Hand It To Me is he really doesn't like to actually, like, willingly hand me stuff unless there's food involved, which kind of sucks. He will, though, especially if he's not on camera. He'll come up and he'll just hand me stuff sometimes if we're playing games, but that takes me actually ignoring him or petting him and then stealing it from him. One of the two. Huh, we haven't really got that down very well. But he knows to sit before. Sit! Good boy. He knows a lot of other outdoor type tricks too. Like in the summer we like to bike and run together, and I've taken him kayaking, so he has his own life vest. So he knows like left, right, stop. If I tell him to turn around, like if he gets himself wrapped up into a tree or a pole or something, I don't normally like get him out of it. I let him do it himself. But if he needs some assistance, I'll tell him, you know, turn or no, and he knows then to like back up. And sometimes it confuses him a little bit. Sometimes he'll just spin in circles, but he knows the word turn. And more often than not, he also knows if I point at something, he knows to go for it, and he knows stay. Some of my other videos, like I have us actually like doing some of those things. There's a lot of Charlie videos on my YouTube channel. Right now the little man just wants to cuddle. That's one thing, he is a big cuddler. And he'll do almost anything for a belly rub. Ooh, that was hard. Go get it. So that's my little man Charles. Charlie. How'd that start? So I call him a lot of things actually. Charlie, Monster, Brat, No. But so his original name was Charlie, and I started calling him Charles when he would get in trouble. But I kind of like the name Charles more than Charlie. It sounds more dignified or something. I don't know. So I call him both. He knows both. He'll come to both. I guess when I'm like looking at him and I say like Charles, I'm like, oh, would you like a cup of tea, Charles? I mean, I don't know. If you say something like that with like a British accent, just Charles, Charlie. He's just staring now. Charles, Charles. He also smiles a lot, especially when he gets really happy. His whole body wiggles and he'll smile real big. We can get him to do it if he's like, Charlie, who's a good boy? Sit, Charlie. Look at me. Smile. Looks a good boy. This is a smiley puppy. Huh, smiley puppy. He'll never do it on command. Not unless you're really, really lucky. Anyway, this was a video diary all about Charles. I guess you could call it Charlie's video diary or Charlie's bio. So from Charlie and me, thanks for watching, and please subscribe or find us on Twitter and YouTube. I'm Desiree V. Until next time, thanks for watching.